Let's bring it back to Australia now and head up to Queensland and catch up with One Nation leader Pauline Hanson, who joins us from Scenic Rim. Good to talk to you, Pauline. I've got to ask you the obvious one. I haven't caught up for a while, but the Pollies have just copped another pay rise. Is that a bit too much? Is that a bit insensitive, given how tough people are doing it around the country?
Well, Chris, my understanding is 2.4 million welfare recipients also receiving that pay rise. Also, people on tax benefits A and B are receiving that pay rise. So, and there's been other pay rises right across the board for other people, low-income workers, so everyone's received a pay rise. So I'm not going to comment on it other than that. And,
it's just all of those.
We do. So anyway,
it's just all those middle-income people who aren't on welfare who cop it. Hopefully, they'll get a pay rise as well. We'll see how we
Chris,
go.
What I would say, what I do have a beef about is what some of these public servants are paid.
Yeah.
And I think they're ridiculously paid on $600,000-700,000 a year. That needs to be reviewed. Look at the Postmaster Generals. They're on $1.3 million plus, end up with nearly $3 million. Look at those people.
Well, there's plenty of them on more than $1 million, and in fact, it's standard that most of the heads of department are paid way more than their ministers are paid. And they have permanency, and they get 15% super, and they get all sorts of perks. You're right, our public servants at the top level at least are massively overpaid compared to the rest of the world. I want to get your thoughts on the Liberal Party's review of the election. They're going to look at their structures, their state organisations as well. This would seem sensible, wouldn't it? That they've got issues around the country.
They have got issues around the country. We hear it constantly with that, whatever state it is, whether it's Victoria, New South Wales, even in Tasmania, all across the country. So they do need a review. What I see that's happened with the Liberal Party over a period of time, they've been taken over by the moderates within the party, destroying the conservative values of the party, and therefore those staunch Liberal supporters are fed up with it. And I think they do need a complete review into it. Where do they want to go? What's their values? What are they standing for?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll follow that and that debate closely. I want to get you on the government, though. It seems to me extraordinary, as I said the other night, that you've got the Albanese Labor government fresh from an election campaign after their first term in power, and their first announcement is they're going to have a round table to try and come up with some economic policies. I mean, they're bereft of ideas already.
It's an absolute joke. Economic policies, the whole fact is they are destroying the economy with their climate change policies that they've introduced. And if they head down the path, they destroyed the live sheep export in Western Australia. If they bring in the nature positive plan, which is going to have a big impact on a lot of businesses in the mining sector in Australia as well. And industrial relations, they destroyed the small business with their industrial relations policy. So this has created the productivity, which we're down on productivity. You don't have the Australian investment in Australia anymore. That's down as well. So he needs to look in his own backyard, and he wants to call in the unions for the roundtable discussion. Unions have increased the price of building construction in this country by 30%. So what a joke, an absolute joke. He needs to have a look in his own backyard.
Absolutely, absolutely. You've hit on all the key points there, Pauline. Thanks for joining us. Pauline Hanson from One Nation. She is so right. I mean, the big problem is the labour market that's over-regulated because of Labor and the unions, so they ain't going to fix that. The other huge problem is massive costs in energy, and that's because of their policies as well. So they're the two big issues. We know what they should address. They won't touch them.